as I thought, it's not Tsukiyama. Torso just looks, I had a feeling, it seems true, just looks like a random fodder rank A ghoul. I knew it couldn't be Tsukiyama just based on that, based on what he was doing. You saw how creepy he fucking was when he was all up on Mitsuki, fucking breathing all heavily and shit. I was like, yo. And you only see really glimpses of his face, and with the way Ishida draws sometimes, it could honestly, be him transforming somebody we know into something different, because he does come out of the cab and whatnot, and he masks his face, so we don't really get to see much of it outside of the glimpses when he's kind of struggling with Mitsuki. But I think he just did that basically because that's what ghouls do. They're trying to hide their face, they're trying to have masks and whatnot. I don't think it indicates that there's a bigger reveal to torso than it is. When Urie and Shirazu are chasing him down, they're basically like, yo, it's the guy's name is like Saeki, Kaoru Saeki or some shit like that, just some random bro, some random ghoul. So I don't people just need to accept the fact that it's not Tsukiyama. I don't know why you'd want Torso, the first main ghoul of the arc, just to kick things off, get a little investigation going. Torso is basically a stepping stone to bring Serpent into the shit, which we get at the end of this chapter. That's basically it. And I'm kind of not very impressed with Torso at this point. I don't give a shit. I'm glad Mitsuki was able to hold her own for one, and I like the Mitsuki getting more into this whole gender issue thing. So now it makes much more sense as to why we were all confused. There's this back and forth between Mitsuki being guy and girl. Mitsuki, I can't tell for sure. We don't know how deep the, gender thing goes, but for all intents and purposes, she was a female, she became a male, she's transgender. And, I'm not sure, why yet, and I'm really interested to find out more, just a little bit more as to why she did it, but I don't think we'll get that soon. We already got enough. Her family and her brother were killed by ghouls, and that's why she became an investigator, and she tells the inspectors that she's always, detested living as a girl, and she wants to be a man as her, condition for joining the CCG. And one of the things I could kind of think of is that, in some way or shape or form, she was abused, or her femininity held her back, or people put her down because of that, and which is completely wrong. Honestly, I'm just gonna get that out of the way right now. The things of that nature, I don't fucks with. I don't believe that. I think I should make a discussion video of that one day, because with people like my favorite mangakas like Asano and whatnot, I should talk about that one day. But nevertheless, we don't really know why she did it, and I'm really interested to find out. But you see, she has scars around her chest and whatnot, like she had her breasts removed and things of that nature. Maybe that's what's going on, or maybe they're just taped back, bandaged back, like what I thought before. But who knows? At any rate, the mystery is deepening a little bit with Mitsuki and her whole gender identification and all of that stuff. And I'm just happy to know that at least at one point she was a fucking Bijin, fucking beautiful girl. You see her in that flashback and whatnot. Now, Urie and Shirazu, we're going in this episode, and I mean this chapter, and it was pretty fucking dope seeing fucking Shirazu's Kagane come out with fucking long range projectile type shit. He just doesn't give a fuck. Badass, really provides that comedic goofy aspect to the crew. I love characters like Shirazu, man. I love characters like Shirazu, and he's going hard. Urie fucking bitching him. Urie is starting to get on my nerves, honestly, because the amount of times he fucking mentioned Sasaki, it's like you got a crush on the dude, man. Calm yourself. Calm your fucking self down. It's not that serious. You're an asshole already. We get it, Urie. You're an asshole. I thought he could go in. I thought he could go hard, and it seems like he is. We'll see what happens if he ends up fighting Serpent next chapter. If that will be a true test of his true abilities. And if he can go in hard, I will respect Urie. But right now, he's just like, yo, Sasaki must have set up this police barricade and all this shit. Like, yo, fuck, we could have got all the credit. Yo, you're just taking it too far. I understand you want to beat Sasaki, but calm down. Just calm down a little bit, bro. You're taking it too far. But it was nice seeing Urie and Shirazu go in, coming to save Mitsuki on the fucking motorcycle and shit. I was just like, oh my god, they're going in. I knew things were just playing out exactly like I thought it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna be, the Quinky versus Torso. I thought that potentially Serpent would show up, and it's just going down really well right now. Hopefully we get Sasaki coming in next week so we can have, see him go in, because maybe Urie will not be enough to take on Serpent. I still think Serpent is Amon right now. Look at that beast of a motherfucker with that mask, man. Oh my god. But, and that leads me to question, if Serpent is Amon though, would Amon really have a mask made? Would Amon get into the ghoul world and go, fucking, visit Uda and everything like that and get a mask? Like, I don't know. So that kind of makes me question whether, or maybe he just made his own mask. I mean, it doesn't look like an Uta original to me, honestly, but it very well could be. But we'll see anyway. And my question also is, Urie was speaking with his Kagane, I believe, with the little Quinky Kagane arm that he has. I forget the name of it, or whatever he called it, but I'll write that somewhere. But he was speaking to it, and he was like, yo, like, his torso regenerating really fast. We have to go in and get less attack before, like, right now. And, like, it responds in the little black speech bubble, like, yes. And I was wondering if that was Serpent saying something previously to, like, the next page where he comes in. But I believe it was just the Kagane responding to him. So if that's the case, if these Quinkies can actually communicate with their Kagane unlike any other Quinky's weapon, where like the actual physical Quinky weapons don't have like personalities that the Ghoul was made of like that. And of course, ghouls can't communicate with their own Kagane. But if the Quinky Kagane are so special that the Ghoul that it was made from actually has its personality still residing in there, that could give even more credence to Sasaki and Kaneki blending if it's the theory. I still want Sasaki to just be Kaneki, and I still believe in that wholeheartedly. Nobody's going to change my mind until Ishida gives us proof and plays out in some way. Either way, Kaneki's coming back one day. Trust me on that, alright? Whether he grows out of the Kagane, whether his body is somewhere else and he just had one of his Kagane, because, you know, he is a Kakuja, so one of his Kagane was used for Sasaki, and he's still alive, like we say. In some way, shape, or form, Kaneki's coming back. Don't fucking test me on that. But, you know, I wonder if that would be the case for Sasaki, having his Kagane be Kaneki's personality, and they can engage through that way or whatnot. But it remains to be seen. We haven't seen Sasaki use his Kagane and really go in yet. So I'm hyped to see if potentially he shows up on the scene, because he definitely did set up that police barricade. And it's interesting to see the fucking police in Tokyo Ghoul right now. Like, they have little hand signals with the police and whatnot. Like, it seems like shit is going hard with the Ghoul. Aogiri is causing some serious uprising with the Ghouls. Like, the CCG seems to be on the back end losing this war right now. And I think that we're gonna get forced into seeing, like, some of the more heavy hitters, like, come out to play, like, in Tokyo Ghoul Ryu. We've already seen the God of Among Gods, Arima. But I want to see Washu, man. I want to see the Washu family going, because if there's any indication, like, in part 1, they were talking about Washu a couple of times and saying that he's just, like, godly. So I want to see the chairman go in. But, nevertheless, Serpent comes in, and I don't know if he's saving Torso. I don't think so. Basically, my perspective of it is he's like, yo, your capture is being called off. And I'm like, yo, badass. He just walking straight in there, doesn't give any fucks. Serpent is OG, making up for all the slime that is Torso. I don't give a fuck about Torso. I never thought it was Tsukiyama, because I knew he was going to end up being a slimy fodder piece of shit ghoul. But Serpent looks OP. I still think it's Amon, even though, you know, would he really get a mask like that? But, you know, I don't think he's saving Torso. I think really he just doesn't want him to be captured so he can eliminate him. I think Serpent's whole thing is just elimination. And he feels as though Sasaki's squad maybe is trying to be too lenient with the ghouls. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Maybe he just wants to be the one to kill him. I don't know. I don't know what Serpent's on right now. Maybe he is really trying to help Torso. Maybe he's involved with Aogiri. Lots of questions right now. Can't really make too much heavy predictions right now. But my questions are, who do you think Serpent is right now? I'm still going with Amon, but I still have to ask, would Amon have a mask unless he made it himself? Or maybe, you know, Dr. Kano and Aogiri or something, you know, did that, and Amon could still be like Aogiri's hitman, maybe brainwashed. He could just be going in on his own accord, but has ghoul abilities now. I still think it's Amon with ghoul abilities, but who knows? Who knows? Torso, fucking piece of trash. Mitsuki, I still want to know what's going on with her whole gender identification thing. I like the build-up, and I like the way that Ishida did this from the very first chapter of us questioning whether that is a matter of me slipping up time and time again. I'm just like, yo, this is done perfectly. Seeing Urie and fucking Shirazu go in. Urie pissing me off. He's just bitching and moaning too much, but if he can hold his own, I won't complain. Shirazu, fucking beast. Fucking beautiful. I like the way he went in. I love the comic relief, flicking people off and shit, like going in. I was just like, yo, Shirazu is dope. I love this character right now. But let me know your thoughts on this chapter, any predictions or thoughts you might have, and I'm out. Peace.